Imagine, if you will, nerds. Nerds as far as the eye can see. In some hotel's convention center somewhere in the middle of America. Running around, buying, selling, trading little plastic space robots like this. Voice actors, whose faces are barely ever recognized normally, spend one weekend being rock stars, with crazed fans coming up and telling them, "Hey, I really loved you as Megatron." I'm talking about Botcon, the annual Transformers convention. Since the 1980s, these alien robots have captured the imagination of men and women, young and old, with their thrilling adventures in comics, cartoons, and even Michael Bay theatrical movies. And oh yeah, the toys are pretty cool too. I mean, look at this guy. Once a year, the most dedicated and faithful gather in a convention center somewhere in America and hang out and discuss with each other. They scour the dealer rooms looking for missing pieces of their collections. They go see panels full of voice actors and writers. And yes, even Hasbro themselves come in and let everyone know what's coming up the next year for their beloved line. Now, in the beginning, there was only a few hundred of us. We all knew each other from the online groups because there was not many of us in the late 90s, early 2000s. But once the Michael Bay movies started picking up new fans, all of a sudden the convention grew to thousands. But really, that family never showed signs of stopping. Now, we may complain because the management isn't what we like anymore and the location wasn't always great, but it still felt like family. Now, at these conventions, I've met friends I've only known through online interactions, but they quickly became some of my best friends in the world. I know people who've gotten married. I know people who've roommated. I know people who've moved close together just because of their mutual love of these little plastic space robots. Now, when we go to these conventions, we'd road trip, maybe 10, 12 hours, a car full of sweaty nerds jamming to the Transformer soundtrack. We'd split rooms 4 or 5 men deep. We'd eat crappy food from the fast food venues just straight through the entire thing because we didn't know where else to go. By Sunday, we were walking around with aching feet and zombified eyes from lack of sleep, and we usually came home with what's called convention crud and just felt like crap for 3 days after. But you know what? It's something we never give up for anything. Now, back in my day, I never missed one unless real life just got in my way. I was in the military, sometimes I was on deployment, sometimes, one time, my kid was about to be born. But as we've gotten older, this happens more and more. We find everyone just has real life getting in the way. Even 2-hour trip can be a little too much for us, even for a couple days, because we just have other things that we could be doing. This year may be the last year that Botcon exists in its current form. Hasbro announced that they're taking away the license from the current people running it, so we really don't know what's going to be going on with the Transformer convention coming in the future. So, farewell Botcon, if you are leaving us. You weren't just about toys to me. You were about friendship, about love, about joy. So, thanks everybody for listening. I hope you really enjoyed this.